Go. So, hey, I am with the Go event 2017 in Chicago, Illinois. I have Dr. Kevin Schultz here with me. He's one of the founders of this movement, and I just wanted to shine on a little bit about what it took to put this on and what it means for everybody to come out here for the chiropractic event here in Chicago. So, Dr. Kevin, tell us a little bit about the vision behind the event.
Ultimately, Jason Weiss, Ashley Oxner, my two business partners, and I, about 6 months ago, we sat down right here in Chicago, started brainstorming, talking about our new business, what we wanted to do, what kind of value we wanted to bring to the profession. And as you very likely know, there's no shortage of seminars in the profession right now. They seem to be going on all over the place. In fact, I think there's like 4 chiropractic seminars this weekend, which we didn't know initially. But what we thought is, let's do something a little bit different. So let's do a seminar with a theme. So we started talking about, okay, well, what's the theme going to be? And really, the short version is we decided, okay, well, what are chiropractors lacking? And we just felt like with our experience in the profession and talking to so many chiropractors, chiropractors are lacking confidence, they're lacking certainty, they're lacking new patients, and they're lacking retaining new patients if they do get them. And so then we said, okay, who can we get that are the experts on that? And man, our lineup is phenomenal. We put down our dream lineup, said let's reach out to these guys, and they all said yes. So it was a dream come true.
So I feel honored to be able to be a part of this whole group as well, and to be able to be somebody as an advocate that's outside of the chiropractic profession, not a practitioner, but somebody that's inside of the profession as an advocate and a promoter for the profession. And I'll tell you what, I've had a good chance to talk with Dan Bay. Amazing guy, teaches people how to close more patients and get people to say yes. Let's talk a little bit about Dan before I jump on to the next person.
Yeah, so Dan was our, like, as soon as we talked about retention, like, hands down, all 3 of us said Dan Bay. We've all been clients of Dan Bay's for a while now, and he completely transformed our practices. So I can tell you, for me, on a personal level, I went to his seminar after many, many years of about a 50% close rate on new patients coming into my office. Not good, right?
Not good.
So these people are coming into my office, they want care, and 50% of them are walking out the door because I didn't do something right. So I go to Dan's event, close for Chiro, and all of a sudden I come back, and starting that next week, and now we're going on more than a year later, my close rate's about 85%. So just transformed the way I do practice, and absolutely did the same thing with Jason and Ashley. So we said, for sure, Dan Bay is our man when it comes to retention.
And you know, from day one, Dan's always been a primary supporter of what I've been doing. He's in our film, Chiropractic, the documentary. He was our first sponsor for our podcast, Chiro Hustle. He jumped on immediately and said, you know what? People pitch me all the time, and I don't sponsor anybody's anything, but I'm going to sponsor what you do. He's like, I take that back. I sponsored the Berkshires, and I'm on with the Go event. So I was like, well, it must mean that we're adding more value to people by what we're doing if you are such a closer and you're willing to work with us and partner with us. So thanks, Dan Bay, for being so supportive of what we do and for what Kevin and Ashley and Jason are doing out here for the Go event. Now let's talk a little bit about Sully. Let's talk about Dan Sullivan and what he's done for the group today.
So Dan, Ashley, Jason, and I all go way back. And as soon as we talked about chiropractors lacking certainty, like, again, first name that came up was the chiropractic advocate, Dan Sullivan. I've been using his newsletters in my office for a while now, has transformed my office in the sense of patients understanding more about what I do while they're sitting in the seats waiting. So they're reading these newsletters, and that's turning into more new patients coming into my office. And this guy is so, like, if you've never heard Dan Sullivan speak, you have to, because you cannot get a guy that's more passionate about not only just the chiropractic profession, but the research that is behind chiropractic. And I hear this all the time from chiropractors that say, you know, if we only had more research, or there is no research supporting what we do, which is insane. It's just that people don't know the research, and that's where Dan comes in, because he knows the research, and he is an advocate because he can get you the research to get to your patients and to build the certainty right up here, which is even more important.
And I couldn't agree more. I had a good chance to spend some time with Dan today. We did a Facebook Live based on this event, and I've just become very much appreciative of what Dan Sullivan is doing for the chiropractic profession. I love his brain models, so if you guys want to like get some of his posters or some of the things that he promotes, maybe his newsletters, please reach out to him. I'm sure he would love to help you grow your practice as well. Same for Dan Bay. I'm sure he would love to have you to one of his master classes where he could teach you guys how to close for cash and get more yeses. And then we have Ashley. Ashley was one of the founding fathers of this event, and he spoke too. So tell us a little bit about how you guys came up with the Go Get events and what that's done to transform some offices as well.
Well, so our business that Jason, Ashley, and I started a couple years ago now is the Go program. So we spent a full day brainstorming on our seminar ideas, seminar names, and we came up with Go Chicago 17. So it's not the most clever name in the world, but whatever, we went with it. And Ashley if you know him, he is one of the most down-to-earth, humble, good guys that you could ever meet. Yet he is this quiet powerhouse. And he is a powerhouse in so many ways, but specifically for this event, why we wanted Ashley on the stage as one of our speakers is because when it comes to new patients, there's, you can either have just any new patient coming in your door, and almost every chiropractor out there, including the three of us, have done tons of screening events, right? And you get to a point in your career where you'd almost rather close your doors than do another screening event. At least that's where I was. I wasn't standing one more minute in a mall booth, and I think that's great. If that's where you're at, awesome. It's just after 17 years, I said no more. I'm just not doing that. I want quality new patients coming into my office. That's where Ashley comes in, because when you are going out and you're doing talks in your community, educating people, and then they're coming into your office because of that, they are going to be quality new patients. They know what you do. They love you. You built rapport with them, and then they come in, and I tell you what, now you've got the certainty up here. You've got Dan Bay's ability to close that person that already loves you, and practice just becomes so much easier.
And I know you guys brought a secret weapon out here last night to open up the event. It was Tom Nestor. Tom Nestor has done work with Tony Robbins over the years. And tell us a little bit about why you guys picked Tom and what Tom added to the group as well.
Well, Tom was he was our secret weapon, yet Jason and I didn't know anything about him. So I had never heard of Tom Nestor, and this is just by chance. He's one of Ashley's patients. So Ashley says, hey, I've got this guy. We're like, okay, well, who is he? So we check out his website, and we're like, wow, this guy looks good. And he blew me away yesterday. So he is so legit. I cannot recommend enough. I don't know his website offhand. We can put that in the comments. But Tom Nestor's his name. Like you said, he worked with Anthony Robbins. He talked about belief systems last night, and he blew away everybody in the room. I mean, there was everybody afterwards. There was such a buzz. They were talking about how awesome he was. So check out his products. Check out his books. He's got a service that he does. So he, similar to what Zano, who we haven't talked about, but similar to Chris Zano, he helps get all of this clear up here, that confidence, those belief system, overcoming those limiting beliefs in our life. So he was just a phenomenal add-on to this event, make it even greater.
Yeah, and for me, I didn't get a chance to sit in on that session because I was outside in the salon area doing interviews with people last night, so I can't wait to listen to the replay on Tom's talk from last night. So that's a really cool part about being Jim Chester, is you get the privilege to listening to the content that was recorded after it's done. So I think being able to have that privilege to do that. And then right now on stage speaking is Chris Zano. And please tell us a little bit about the relationship and what it means to have Zano on board with this whole thing.
Well, Chris, Dr. Zano is just, anybody that's familiar with him knows that he is just an awesome guy in so many ways, especially physical stature. Like, holy cow, this guy is amazing. You want to feel small, stand next to Chris Zano for a picture. So former Mr. America, former Mr. Universe. Same thing as Dan Sullivan. The three of us and Chris Zano kind of went way back. And Ashley reached out to him, and he was like, okay, if we're going to get one guy to close this thing up, like our headliner guy, who would it be? And we said Chris Zano. Ashley reached out to him. We're like, yeah, he doesn't do many events like this. I don't know. And he said yes immediately. Absolutely, I'll be there. And what Chris does is right now he's talking about your inner hero. And he's talking about, Dan Sullivan puts that certainty up here. But even sometimes when you have certainty on chiropractic, we all lack that self-confidence, right? In some way, shape, or form. That self-confidence, that self-esteem, there's no question. Every one of us does in some way. And that's what Chris is talking about, is finding that inner hero. So I know he's got the Zano experience. I haven't experienced that yet. I definitely want to. But I follow his stuff. I follow his Facebook Live videos, and I just love who he is as a father, a husband, a chiropractor, and now he's stepped out and he's helping literally the world find their inner hero, not just the chiropractic profession. So can't say enough good things about Chris.
And for me, I think that, it's been a real honor for me to meet some of these Avengers of chiropractic and some of these truth leaders and some of these industry transformers. You can call us whatever you want. You can label people however they want. But when they are helping grow the mindset and the ability to earn greater income for the chiropractor and to get more quality people into the doors, I think that's really where the rubber meets the road when it comes to success for this profession, to where we don't go the wrong direction, to where we can take value in the people out there that are doing the right thing and give them more opportunities to do better for themselves. And I think that's really the crux of why I jumped on board with this event, because I knew I was going to be able to work with some of the top leaders in the profession and be able to network with people and get more opportunities for not only self-serving, but serving the chiropractic profession. And I will tell you that the events open up a lot of doors for me. And by doing so, what I've decided to do is sponsor 5 chiropractic students for the event next year. And by doing that, Tim McFadden with the ChiroDex referral app has said, I want to sponsor 5 chiropractic students as well, which I think is absolutely phenomenal for both of us to step up. And then by doing our last interview with Jed Ems, Nate Dominguez with 2020 Imaging Software said, hey, I want to step up and sponsor some students too. So, one of the things that I saw that was lacking in the audience over the weekend was the chiropractic students. And we did have Michael Kehoe, and we had Justin Thomas from Palmer College of Chiropractic came out here as the student representatives for the whole group. So kudos to those guys for actually taking the initiative to come out here and network with these industry transformers. And tell us a little bit about how that makes you feel that we're all stepping up to help your guys' program.
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Emily Elshesky, who also is a student here. So you didn't know about her. She flew up from Atlanta for this weekend, and she's just absorbing everything, absolutely loving it. I can't not now say that the Go program is, I'm somewhat obligated, but I'm very happy at the same time to say that the Go program for sure is going to sponsor 5 students for next year's event as well.
So there we have it. Once you give, you can't outgive the giver. So now that we've stepped up to the platform of getting more students involved with this program, now we're going to have a stronger future of chiropractors that are going to be more well connected with these great leaders in the profession.
Yeah, absolutely. And so 17 years in practice, the first 10 sucked. I sucked. I struggled horrifically the first 10 years in practice. And one of the reasons was I went through chiropractic school, passing tests, passing boards, thinking that I'm just going to open up my doors and succeed. And you just don't get those tools in school. You don't get those tools unless you are surrounding yourself with successful people, successful chiropractors at an event like this. So I can't even fathom what that would have done for me as a student and how that would have changed my practice those first 10 years. So man, if you're a student, get to events like this. You cannot surround yourself with enough good people, enough successful chiropractors. Don't ever buy into that bad BS, as Tom Nestor talked about last night, that bad belief system that it's a struggle out there and that you can't succeed. You can succeed. You just have to do the right things and surround yourself with the right people, believe in your inner hero, fill your mind with confidence, learn from people that have success with closing and how to get quality new patients, and you can come out like running, hit the ground running as a student instead of going through all those struggles which so many students do. So if you're a student, step up and get to an event, and definitely get to Go Chicago 18 if it happens. Not committing 100%. This has been really challenging to put on. So it's not 100%, but we're going to see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, and for that being said, I want to support these guys long term, and I want to be a part of this chiropractic family with them, and I'm willing to come out here from Denver, Colorado to help support you guys. And I know that there must be a reason and the secret why you guys wanted me on board too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so to be honest, I didn't know a lot about you, but I couldn't have been more impressed once Ashley introduced you to me, started checking out your stuff. And really what we saw you bringing to the event is this. Like, we could have had this event and nobody would have known about it besides the people here and posting a couple pictures on social media. Having you here, Jim, having you film this entire event, having you do the Facebook Lives, like, we're not just getting this message out to the 50 attendees, we're getting this message out to the chiropractic masses, those warriors out there. So can't say thank you enough for agreeing to be here.
Thanks, man. And you know, I try to impress upon people that they should live outside their four walls. And when you do these Facebook Lives, you are your own media agent, and you have a voice that's bigger than yourself. And I've been sharing these Facebook Lives globally. So people in Asia are seeing them, people in Latin America are seeing them, people in Australia are seeing them, people in Europe are seeing them. Like, this is a global footprint with what we're able to do right now with the technology, the way it's developed. And being able to reach people as our own media company right now, I think anybody that has the want or need or efforts that would like to learn how to do this, I would be your trusted resource. I'll coach you up on what to do, what not to do, how to do it, and be able to maybe give you some tips of the trade on how to become somebody that can do these type of things, because the more people we have out there doing this, the more people understand chiropractic, the more people are going to support natural health and keeping the profession clean from drugs and keeping the people out there doing that. And, you know, I would say network with them. Network with the people that are the MDs. Learn from Jeffrey Langmaid with the evidence-based chiropractor, and learn from Nicole Lindsay, and learn from some of these people that can teach you how to integrate with those professionals.
Absolutely.
But don't succumb to watering down the principle of chiropractic for the return on an investment that sells the system out. And I can't stress enough that we need to keep this profession evidence-based. We need to keep it without drugs and surgery. We need to keep it clean.
Absolutely.
And we need to remain subluxation-centered, subluxation-based, and we need to believe that there is an innate intelligence that resides in all of us, that we need nothing extra in us. We simply need no interference within our nervous system. And when that gets released, our bodies heal itself. And that's the real message behind chiropractic, and that's why I've been supporting the chiropractic message for as long as I have, because I honestly think that the more that we have people under chiropractic care, the better the world becomes. And I don't know anything else out there as a healthcare model that makes the world better.
That's because it doesn't exist, in my opinion. So how awesome is that you got a non-chiropractor right here, and imagine if even 10% of chiropractors had the kind of passion for our profession that Jim does. So what he just said so beautifully, so eloquently about what the chiropractic profession is and stands for, just fantastic. So find that passion and deliver that message on a daily basis. And how cool that you can deliver that message globally now with social media. So look this guy up, find out what he's doing, and start following his stuff.
And I appreciate you saying that too. And with that being said, the speculation that is that there will be a Chicago event, Go Chicago event of 2018, and I hope to be an integral part of that. And I know that if nothing else, we're going to have a student event.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And we're going to really promote the future of chiropractic through the students. So anybody that is out there that is interested in getting one of those student tickets for next year, reach out to any of us involved with this program. And for that being said, we're going to go back in and check out the end part of Dr. Chris Zano's talk, and then I'm going to shoot some video testimonials on people's experiences here so we can market and brand this better for the new event of next year. So I'd just like to say love and appreciate everybody out there that's been a part of these live feeds over the weekend, and thank you so much, Dr. Kevin, for being on the live feed with me and sharing your insight of why, and sharing the why of the profession, and sharing the why of the program. So thank you so much, everybody. Love and appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you.